Good evening, everybody. Lovely to see you. I'm in sunny Barcelona, so I thought I'd record this lesson. And what we'll do next week is, instead of actually having a lesson, we're just going to have a pure, simple question and answer session where we're just all going to get together and literally just ask whatever questions, because I don't have all the answers. You know, it'd be wonderful if one person had all the answers, if even Bob had all the answers, because we only have the answers that are inside ourselves. And I think it's really good that we share something, because it could trigger something. Not that somebody else has your answer for you, but it could trigger something which leads you to your answer. So this is lesson 9, and it's all about attitude. And like I said, it doesn't matter where you are, where you've chosen to go to in this study. These are all literally repetition of stuff to go through. And I didn't see this, like all lessons, you know, there's some lessons where I thought, well, that's pretty obvious. These lessons go so deep because they're sitting there on the outside, but actually it's for you to do the work on the inside. And really don't just listen to these lessons. If there's anything that I've learned, is apply it every single day. Absolutely 100%. If you think just listening to it over and over again, eventually it will, but that will take probably 2 years down the line. If you do the work and do the application of it now, that's when you're going to see the change. And if you're going through terror barriers, everything else, that's absolutely brilliant, because it's like the big pot. The more good we put in, the stuff, something has to come out, and it'll come out and smack you in the face. So if you're not having that yet, you're not doing this work, you're not applying this stuff. You've got to have absolute freak attacks, otherwise it's not working. Let me tell you, I've seen so many inner circle people have complete freak attacks, and then they get results. Okay, so that's what we're looking at, you know, really apply the lessons in this work. So we're going to talk about, obviously, lesson 9, which is the magic word. Lesson 8, you know, some about the praxis stuff. I mean, it says here, we'll watch lesson 9 video. You do that yourself, cover some of the key points and do some of the worksheet introductions. So let's start with a quote. Your living is determined not so much by what life brings to you as the attitude that you bring to life. Not so much as by what happens to you, but as the way that your mind looks at what happened. You must have had situations in your life where you thought it was really bad, and then when you had a different perception of it, it changed into good. I mean, example was something whenever I was at the beginning of this coaching career, was that I was speaking to somebody, and we were actually 2 coaches helping each other, and they said how they really held a grudge against somebody, and so it's affected him for the rest of his life. And, you know, it was just, he could never forgive this other person. And I just said to him, well, do you think you would be the same person now had that experience not happened? And he goes, just launched into oh, good God, no. Well, because of him, I'm this. And all of a sudden, all this positive stuff came out about what he did with his life because of this bully. Do you know what? After 5 minutes, he just stopped and looked at me and just goes, oh my God, you've just changed my life. Oh my God, because 1 minute he's holding on to a grudge, the next minute, poof, gone. I mean, literally gone. And what is attitude anyway? I mean, that's our perception, isn't it? It's our perception which will govern our actual attitude. But where's our perception coming from? Okay, so that's why the lesson before about praxis is all about, you know, your beliefs and your behaviors. You know, where did your beliefs come from? Don't you know that you're actually just running a program which is based on memories which weren't even your memories in the first place? They were just dumped in there by your genetics, by your family, by anything else. Now, here's the thing, is that it just because you think, oh, well, you see, there's an excuse because I've got all this that's been dumped on me and it's going to take, you know, forever to change things around. You know, that is not an excuse. There is only now. You can actually change your past. Does that sound funny? You can actually change your past just by thinking about it differently and finding a different perception. Okay, so your beliefs, you may not even know what your beliefs are, but if you have a look at your behavior, are they aligned with the goal? So you want a goal up here, and you know you have to have a certain belief to be up here, but what is your behavior doing? You know, and then, like, basically, what is attitude anyway? Then that's your behavior, isn't it? You know, do you wake up in the morning and go, oh, I've had such a crappy night's sleep, I'm going to have a crappy day, I'm going to be so tired? well, you're going to have a crappy day. You started your day off that way. Or are you going to get up and just sort of go, I could say I had a crappy night's sleep, and maybe the truth is I did have a crappy night's sleep. But here's the thing, is that serving you today? Is it? So it's literally because I could say I had a crappy night's sleep last night, but I just woke up this morning. I thought, well, that ain't going to serve anybody. I'm getting up, I'm going to the gym, I'm in my habits, I'm going to carry on no matter what. And I will just tell myself a different story. You know, history is his story. You could call it her story and history, okay? So just change the story. That will change your attitude, which will change your behavior, which will eventually change your beliefs. It just goes round and round in circle. So I love this quote here. Human beings could alter their lives by altering their attitude of mind. Okay, so what actually is your attitude? It's a composite of your thoughts, your feelings, then your actions. So if you thought attitude is just something changing in your mind, remember what is going on. Remember the stick person, okay? So just to remind you here of the stick person, you've got your conscious here. So your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, okay? Now you can either come from a negative plane or you can come from a positive plane. Now, I always said that there's two sides to everything, but if you think of a coin, there's actually three sides, isn't there? There's the bit in the middle where you can actually just sit and watch and, you know, which side am I going to drop over onto? You know, there is three sides. So you can actually just go into the middle and go, do you know what? Nothing's good or bad. It actually just is. It actually just is, you know, but what we have is all this literally coming through. We've got the five senses. Now, here's the thing about the senses. Your senses aren't real. Yeah, you know, when you think of it, if I took you out of your body, life out of your body has no senses, does it? It doesn't feel pain. It doesn't feel anything. So where are the senses being created? Well, I've just pointed to it now, actually, haven't I? The senses are being created in our mind. So we think something's hot. Now, we know that if you go to a Tony Robbins thing, you can run over hot coals. Okay, where was the heat then? Because you had a different belief system going on. And he spends all day going, yes, 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 yes. He winds people up so much the whole day that when you go to run across the coals, you don't even notice them. Okay, so what are we seeing? It's like our lying eyes. Do you know what I mean? There's like 20 bits, 15 to 20 bits that we can actually pick up with our conscious mind. And then, you know, there's like billions of bits that are actually available out there. So we choose to see what we need to see. We've all seen those different pictures and everything. But if we're looking for something, like if we're looking for a white Mercedes, we'll see a white Mercedes. If we're looking for a Skoda, we'll see a Skoda. Okay, so it will just bring into your awareness what it is that your mind wants to see. So if you think somebody's a bad person, then you will find everything about them that is bad. So, you know, remember that you are pure life energy coming into you. That is who you are. Because like I say, if I took you out of your body just drops. You're controlling this body, you're controlling the mind, but what we do is we let our mind run away. So what we have is we have belief, we have the pure source energy that comes in. It hits our belief system, it hits our attitudes, it hits everything that we've held on to, and it literally, and then we send it out into the world. You know, we are literally a center of distribution. It comes through us and out. What are we distributing? This is pure source energy coming into us. It hits our body. God knows what we're doing to it, and then we're sending it out. But here's the thing, you can start to catch what is being sent out, because everything that comes in front of you, and I mean everything that comes in front of you, and you feel it, it is something for you to deal with. If you feel negative energy about anything, the person sitting in front of you, anything whatsoever, that is for you to deal with, not to ignore. Now, let me just give you an example of this. It's because I'm positivity. You all know that I'm a Gallup certified strength coach and positivity #1. Okay, so I realize now that your top strength is actually what you use to hide everything, to avoid having to deal with yourself. So I am literally, positivity. I did not see negative in anything. Now, you may think that that's good, but I wasn't dealing with anything. There's a lot of things that have come up, and that whenever we walk through the day, and I just realized even like my attitude about judging other people, I didn't think I had a judgmental attitude. But here's the thing, when you start noticing your thoughts and you go, oh, I think somebody's fat. I think somebody's not very nice. I think they've got a miserable face. Look at myself. Like, seriously, it's just, I had an attitude problem, which was judgment. I'm not good enough. And here's the thing about, the mind as well, is that, we ask the mind a question. Now, if the mind knew the answer, we wouldn't be asking the question, would we? So the mind doesn't have the answer. Then we beat ourselves up for not having the answer. And we say that we're not good enough. And then we have to go and study some more so that we know that we're good enough in that 2% of actually what we've been taught in school, round the 2%. If you don't know it in there, you don't know the answer and you must be stupid. And you get marked a D and a fail. Okay, that's not where the answers are. The answers are in our subconscious. And remember the MRI scan, where the guy's in the MRI scanner, he's clicking the button right or left. The guy who was looking at the results knew what this guy was going to do 6 seconds before. So if you're not aware of every single thought, every single behavior, every single attitude of mind, and whenever we talk about thoughts, feelings, and actions, you want your attitude of complete alignment. Not your head saying one thing and your heart saying another, and then you're doing something completely different. How many times have we done that? I know I have. My head's going, I can do this, I can do this. My heart is absolutely scared, and then I have a fumbly action that's on. Now, here's the thing. People are going to just pick up on that. Absolutely pick up on that. They don't know they're picking up on your vibration because their logical mind is trying to figure it all out. And we'll all come up with a logical excuse. Okay, so it really is, choose your attitude of positive or negative. Coming back to it all is that, using your intellectual faculty. So lesson 5, we thought was not that important because he's just talking for like 10 minutes. And if you don't understand your intellectual faculties because you need to reason, don't reason for too long. All you want to do reason is accept or reject. Okay, is this going to get me where I want to go? Your perception, find the joy in everything, find the good in everything. It doesn't matter what it is. Gratitude is the complete attitude that is going to get you anything you want. Gratitude will override absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. Gratitude is the attitude. And you will stop fighting yourself. Absolutely stop fighting yourself. So your composite of your thoughts and your actions and your feelings, so literally are in your subconscious mind, and it will come out no matter what. Whether you think you can fool yourself by thinking something, you're being driven by a program, and unless you get to the root of it, you will always be driven by the program. I've got some stuff here to actually read, which I thought was really interesting. So one of the things, just to come up here again. So when an inner situation is not made conscious, it appears outside as fate. So that is why results do not lie. This is from Carl Jung. So results do not lie. If you're looking outside, and it's not what you want, you have something unconscious going on inside of you. And until you accept 100% responsibility for that, 100%, you will never be free. Freedom is on the other side of that responsibility. Now, I have heard, PGI say this so many times, but I really, you have to hear things, you understand it so many times. That's why when you're watching Bob's videos and you're thinking it's not really important, that's probably the most important thing to listen to, because your paradigm has just got, get rid of that one. That doesn't fit with my paradigm. That doesn't fit with my logic. Good. Listen to it again, because every word that these guys say is absolutely, the words are loaded, the phrases are loaded, and the space between is loaded, okay? So when an inner situation is not made conscious, it appears outside as fate. So anybody that I coach, I'm coaching me, okay? And what I do is I clear me after, because I realize that it is me, but by clearing me, I help clear the other person as well. It's absolutely amazing. The other attitude of, attitude of gratitude, but the attitude of allowing. So if you do get annoyed at somebody or get upset at somebody or fear something or worry, just allow it to happen. That will blow your mind, because it doesn't want to do, because everything else is constriction and it's holding you in place. And you just sort of go, well, if I just allow it the space, go on. At this moment in time, it's just a little glass of water, and I'm going to make it a big lake now, and now I'm going to make it the ocean. It dilutes it all. And all of a sudden, there's nothing to be afraid of. And you just go on then, be afraid. Go on then, crack on. I don't care. Okay, so there's no money in the bank. What do you want me to do about it? What do you want me to do about it? So I can't pay for this. I allow it. I accept that it's there. I'm not fighting you anymore. I am sick to death of fighting myself. Absolutely sick to death of fighting myself. Just allow it to happen, and it actually disappears. But then find, because that is the answer in my mind. No. Well, then never mind. Never mind. Your mind is just there to make choices. And remember happy memories. But anything that's not good isn't worth remembering. And here's the thing, just because you think you've deleted them, what happens to deleted files on a computer? They're still there. You just can't see them. So you're relying on the outside world. So when you think, why does the earth just keep giving me these shitty situations? Why does the same thing keep happening? Well, now you know. The universe, your subconscious is going, you haven't dealt with this. You haven't dealt with this. Deal with it. And so what you want to do is to go in from a lie, to know that your mind doesn't have the answer, to trust in the universe, to trust in yourself. You've asked the question, now wait for the answer. It's faith or fear, okay? Faith or fear. Like, literally, actually, I think I have some more notes here.